Okay, so this is gonna be my quick exploration on shadows in games and computer graphics. So currently I am doing point lights. Let's do this quick. So here is a point light, and it is casting shadow onto this voxel scene thing that I got from Magical Voxel, and currently it's just rendering all 6 point lights, all 6 faces of the point light into a shadow atlas like this. And so this is, I think, 4K, which each face is just 512 by 512. So we can also have multiple, so I can have another one and put it over here, or let's make it a little bit more interesting, like so. So there's obviously a lot of problems that are coming up, but you can see that they fit nicely into this atlas. And then I just look up the atlas in the shader with some clever maths that I found on the internet. But some of the problems are, as you can see, there's like these staircases that appear. This is mainly due to the resolution issues, but one way we can solve this is via just sort of blurring it. The main idea that I've read online. There's also a couple ones where, like you can see here, there's sort of like a cutoff where there is no shadow where this block meets the ground here, and so this bit should be in shadow, but it's actually just not. Also, you can see here, like there's this weird like stutter stepping again. So the first step I'm going to try and do is just try and blur the shadow map and see how that improves things. Alright, so after much research online and reading the DirectX 11 book, I found this really cool method of blurring a texture with a compute shader. So you can see here, I just generated a texture with a sphere in the middle via the compute shader, and then I blur it in a 2-pass shader blur. It's a Gaussian blur, so it just does the horizontal and then the vertical, and then that blurs it. So now the next step is to actually blur each face of the shadow map. Alright, so finally got the shadow maps to blur. So this is the non-blurred version, and then if I blur it, you can see it does clean up those stepping artifacts. It's a pretty intense blur. I did not realize it would. It kind of removes details entirely. So like here, this is alright, I guess, but like it completely gets rid of them. I don't know if that is a mistake or that's just a byproduct of the blur being quite aggressive. Like here, this is where it's what I was expecting it to be. Something a little bit more gradual, but this is pretty extreme. Like here, it's even combining the shadows together. So I'm not sure why that's the case. I could spend a lot more time trying to figure out why, but I would like to rather explore a different method now, is shadow volumes. Apparently shadow maps are still better from what I've read, but I still want to give them a try, because this is pretty much the basics at this